Smelling good?
Pretty sure it's me.
Smelling like dough live over here.
Been live. Depths brings new hard baits to the market. Daiwa brings us yet another Tatula and a couple of special custom color drops from Lucky Craft. This is what's new this week at Hookup Tackle. Welcome to the Hookup Tackle. Oh, what a stud.
Yeah. Look at that.
That was sick.
Woo!
Cheers, my friends. Happy Sunday. All right, guys, some breaking news. What's new this week at the Hookup Tackle?
What a beautiful post-spawn fish. Look at that.
Look at that gut on that.
That's a nice fish.
Welcome back, my friends. I am Ben with the Hookup Tackle, Tackle Taku on Instagram, being joined this fine Sunday morning by my buddy CJ.
What's up?
What's up, CJ? This is nice. I feel like we're missing Jeff quite a bit, so
Where's he off to?
look, it makes me smile on a Sunday morning. No offense, Jeff. What am I saying? He ain't gonna watch this. Would you like to partake?
Of course.
Hell yeah.
Thank you.
Before we dive into this week's What's New video, by the way, we are the Hookup Tackle USA. A quick note from our first official sponsor
Orion?
of a What's New video.
Oh.
No. Super excited that we have our first official sponsor of this video, and that sponsor is our friends over at Lucky Craft. Now,
Yes.
Lucky Craft has a huge drop this week. I'm excited to show you guys a bunch of new baits, some really cool new colors, and some returns of some very cool things. But this week, Lucky Craft has agreed to do some giveaways for you guys. So we have three, we're calling them 7-pack boxes. So we're gonna do 3 boxes. We're gonna give away, each box has 7 items in it, all custom colors to our shop. So there's some lipless, there's some top waters, there's some crankbaits, there's some jerk baits, including the 2 new custom drops that we are going to do today. So all in all, it's over $100 a box. So thank you, Lucky Craft. If you guys would like to win, just share this video to a friend and comment below what your favorite Lucky Craft bait is. And on next week's video, we will announce the winner. So don't fall for any scams or anything in the comments. Just put your favorite Lucky Craft bait below, and next week on the video, stay tuned and we will let you know who the 3 winners are. So thank you very much, Lucky Craft. By the way, if you guys aren't throwing Lucky Craft, made in Japan from the original factory, lots of pride there. They make amazing baits, so definitely check them out.
Sweet.
Now, for our unofficial sponsor, the best sound of Sunday mornings, the most delicious beer in all the land, Orion. Cheers, CJ.
Cheers.
Happy Sunday to you guys. I hope you guys are having a great week. Hopefully you guys are out fishing. If you are fishing and you're listening to this, you have a problem.
Yeah. You know what I love about the Orions? That little
That they're
finger.
delicious?
Oh, they're delicious, of course, but that little finger slot right
You
there
like
where
little
get the
fingering holes?
Oh, it's such a good idea.
Yeah, you're perverted.
Hey, dude. Don't knock until you tried it.
Cheers, my friends. Happy Sunday. Hope you guys are having an amazing weekend. Let's get into some dope products. All right, guys, let's jump into some new tackle this week. Let's start with our friends at Lucky Craft. We have 2 special color drops to let you guys know about. We're going to start right here with a new color in LV500. Now, this is a very subtle take, but this is a really cool take, okay? So, I introduced to you the LV500 in Ghost Minnow Sakura. Okay, open one up. Let me show it. Now, Sakura is basically like cherry. So you've heard of like Sakura blossoms, right? Cherry blossoms.
Yep.
So they have basically tried to incorporate that kind of morning dawn hit on the bottom, which kind of ties that pink into the Ghost Minnow a little bit. So you essentially have now kind of like a morning dawn Ghost Minnow. Okay, so this is super subtle. Pink and Morning Dawn have really kind of been a hot color, so Ghost Minnow is their #1 selling color. So it's just a new little twist on this color. So if you guys are throwing Ghost Minnow, maybe just adding that little bit of color shift might help increase your bite ratio. I think it's a cool little take. It's something I'm definitely going to add into my arsenal. And I don't know that this is going to be a color they're going to offer again. So if it's a color that speaks to you, I know a lot of us are coming into kind of that fall lipless season. It might be a great one to add to the arsenal. So there you go. Ghost Minnow Sakura LV500. That is new this week from Lucky Craft. All right, while we are on custom colors, a color that we make here custom in the shop is a color called Essa Wakasagi, and it is finally going to be available now in the Pointer 78. Nice. So we've done this before in some other pointers. We did it in the Slender Pointer, we did it in the Pointer 100, but so many of you love that Pointer 78 size just because it's just so finessey. It's just a great downsizing option. So Essa Wakasagi is designed to be just more of a live bait type color. So you can see it's got a very faint pearl belly. You've got a translucent side. You've got just a little bit of hit of flash on the cheek and the fin, and then we got that really cool kind of color shifting back and scale pattern on the back of it there. The Pointer 78 is a great one to add again if you're looking to downsize. So it's 9.2 grams, so just under 3/8 of an ounce, 78 millimeters. It's a really good just all around jerk bait. I think depending on where you live, either the Pointer 100 or the Pointer 78 is kind of your staple standard bait. This is just always a good one. Calm weather, ponds, shallow water, high pressure, anything like that. Should be a killer color going into fall, especially in some clear water. So there you go. Essa Wakasagi, this is going to be a one-time offering. Okay, so when they're gone, they're gone. So if it's a color that speaks to you or a color that you guys have enjoyed in other baits, there you go. Pointer 78 available now.
Sick. See it in that size.
It's cool. It looks good in that, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
What do you think about this just little faint pink
I'm
hit?
such a sucker for those like little hits like that.
I know.
Like the little subtleties, I really eat those up.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's very subtle, but it's cool
at
the same time. While we're on Pointer 78s, this is a really exciting return to the lineup that's been missing for many years now. We finally see the return of the Pointer 78 XD. Okay, so if you guys have been following Lucky Craft for any amount of time, you'll know that in their Pointer 78s and 100s, they have a standard version, they have a DD version, which is basically just a little bit deeper lip, and then they have an XD version, which is their super deep diver. This is a really cool one because the 78, I feel, is probably the best in Lucky Craft deep diving size. You can throw it on your bait casting jerkbait setup, like I can throw it on my 110 stick all day long. I can fish it on 10 pound or 12 pound, but you could also go down and throw it on a spinning rod, fish it on 6 pound or 8 pound. It's just a great all around size. So you can see it's got that extra deep lip on it. This is a bait that if you're throwing it on 10 or 12 pound, it's gonna get 10, 11 feet. If you're throwing it on 7 or 8 pound, it's gonna get down 12, 14 feet. I mean, you can really get it down there. It's gonna be a true suspend. It's going to have a very fast dive depth. What I would recommend is, if you haven't thrown this bait before, because that lip is long, when you make the cast, make sure you crank it a couple times first and make sure that that lip kind of engages in the right angle. And then once it's down a couple feet, then you can start engaging the jerks. You can also crank it down to depth and then use it like a jerk bait down there, and it will have that great side-to-side walk, small profile, deep water. It's kind of a no-brainer.
Yeah, it's money.
Yeah, for you guys that are using live scope, so many times you have fish suspending over treetops, over brush piles, over grass, in that kind of 10 to 15 foot zone. This will be an amazing little jerkbait to get down to them because it's finessey and you can hear no sound, right? So if you're looking for something super subtle to kind of replace like a mid-strolling type technique, this could certainly be it. Now, there was a time that Lucky Craft made 9 million colors and everything, okay? Currently, they're gonna do this in 4, so they're doing it in their 4 best colors. So Ghost Minnow, of course, is going to be one of the offerings. Chartreuse Shad, of course, is going to be one of the offerings. Aurora Black, and then BE Gill. Okay, so those 4 colors are gonna be available. I hope this is the beginning of the resurrection of the whole line, but we'll see how it goes. But for now, I'm excited that at least there's some great colors in there. So there you go. The Pointer 78 XD is available again from Lucky Craft. All right, well, we're on kind of some resurgence. A couple of top waters really quick to touch base on. The Gunfish 117 is back in all colors, including some new colors. Sexy Mama is in it now. Lake Mary Clear is finally back. It's been a long time since that's been available. Same thing goes with the Sammy 105. Okay, same color, Sexy Mama, Lake Murray Clear. Now the Gunfish 117 is going to be a great pencil popper. It's got that loud kind of kick knocker type sound to it, right? The Sammy 105 is very similar. It's got that loud kind of kick knocker sound to it, but in a bait that has more of a Sammy slice. Okay, so you get the 3 hooks on the Sammy, you get more of that slicey action, but you still get that loud sound. It's a cool one in the Sammy world. Okay, so there you go. Couple exciting colors back from Lucky Craft. All right, CJ, you buckled up for some crankbait time?
Strapping in, let's go.
Told you it's going to be a big week from Lucky Craft. Some really exciting crankbait drops here. I'm going to try to fly through them, but these are all really exciting. So pay attention to a lot of these, okay? All right. A favorite for a lot of you guys that live around any kind of vegetation, this is the Fat CB BDS 1. Now, the BDS series has a 1, a 2, a 3, and a 4 within the size, okay? The 1 and the 4 are the wider bodied versions, so they're going to have a wider, harder thump to them. Let me open this one up so you guys can see it. Okay, so you can see it's kind of a short, squatty little guy.
Yeah, no kidding.
Reminds me of somebody. Not going to mention any names.
Ethan.
the opposite of that guy. So 49 millimeters, 8 grams. So you're kind of just over a 1/4 ounce here, but this is a really sexy small crankbait. If you guys are fishing really shallow water, if you're fishing from shore, ponds, rivers, lakes, or if you're fishing from a boat and really, really skinny stuff and you need a downsizing, you know, bait that's still a true square bill, really amazing at grass.
Yep.
Okay, that's really where this bait is going to shine. Any kind of aquatic vegetation, grass, rocks, fine. Wood can be a problem, okay? Because the way these baits are designed is they've got a rounder lip. They're designed to kind of just rip through aquatic vegetation all the time. They're gonna have, it's gonna have a really wide wobble to it. So a bunch of new colors in this thing. That is the first time they've ever been done. Okay, so you're looking at all OT Moss Craw. Now this is Lucky Craft we're talking about. So the names are gonna be kind of ridiculous, okay? So this is, I mean, dude, that color is sick. So we've had this in some other baits.
Yep.
This is the first time in the BDS 1. Okay, so we got that one. We have all Japan Craw.
Money.
Okay.
Yep.
We have all green purple craw, just super sexy one that comes from their LC line. All brown craw, pretty straightforward.
Mm-hmm.
We just did that one. We just did that one. All chartreuse black craw.
That one's always really cool.
Yep. All Delta crazy craw. So, you know, any reds are always super popular in this style bait.
Yep.
All spring craw.
Classic.
Kind of a black and red. And then all table rock craw. Okay, so a bunch of cool colors in the Fat CB BDS 1. Those are available from Lucky Craft. All right, CJ, staying in that realm for a minute. 4 new colors in the Fat CB BDS Magic series, okay? These are going to be available in the 1.2 and the 2.2 size, okay? Now, the 1.2, just spec it really quick, is 55 millimeters, 1/4 ounce. The 2.2 is 65 millimeters, 5/16 of an ounce, about 9.2 grams, okay? Now, let's talk about the difference. We just looked at kind of that fat BDS 1.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
The Magic series takes the profile from the BDS 3, which is more of a thinner bait fish profile, okay? More of a true like shad or like small little bluegill kind of profile. It's going to be tighter. So we're going to fish it in the same places. We're going to fish around aquatic vegetation, grass, rock, that kind of stuff. We're going to try to avoid wood, okay?
Yep.
And we're going to be able to rip it out of that stuff very easily. But this is going to give us more of a true bait fish profile. Now, I was super stoked to see this dude come in Gizzard Shad, which is the color that I'm holding up. This is the #1 selling color for us over the last couple years in the LC. It's just a clean shad color. It's got the scaling on the back. It kind of fades into that kind of bronzish, slight little hit of chartreuse into the pearl. It's just a really clean bait fish color. So in the 1.2, and 2.2, it's
It
disgusting.
looks really good in that shape.
It's dirty. Yeah, it's a perfect shape for it, okay? So that's one of the 4 colors. The other 3 colors that are going to be coming in it are Pink Dragon Gill. Okay, so this is coming from the LV500 and LC. Shockingly, one of the better selling colors we have. So again, we were talking about pink.
Yep.
It has been a hot color. So Pink Dragon Gill comes. Flake Flake Kabuki Gill,
Nice.
which is one of the best selling colors, again, in the
Yep.
LCs and LV500s. And then Flake Flake Striped Gill, which is more of a transparent version. Okay, so each one will come in the 1.2 and 2.2 in the Fat CB BDS Magic. I know you guys are going to catch a ton of fish on these guys, so those are available now from Lucky Craft. All right, same 4 colors, 2 new baits.
All right.
Okay? Well, not necessarily new, but 2 baits that have never had those colors before. Okay?
I like this.
A lot of you guys are super fans of these baits. These are the LC 0.3 and LC 0.5. Now, I talk about the 0.5 all the time as being my favorite kind of bait finesse, all-around pond bait. The 0.3, a lot of guys feel the same way, but the same 4 colors. Okay, now, if you're new to these baits, there's going to be quite a bit of bait finesse coming over the next 5 or 10 minutes, okay? So if you guys are small bait fans, buckle up, okay? So this guy, 38 millimeters, 3 grams. The 0.5 is 46 millimeters, 5.3 grams. They're both going to be great ones for just kind of throwing shallow, banging around, rocks, grass, whatever. It's an LC.
Yep.
So it kind of comes through everything. It's just a great all-around square bill. But again, seeing it in that gizzard shad,
It looks like you took a shad and put it in a box.
I mean, dude, that's so sick.
That's candy.
Right? So, I mean, if they're eating little micro bait or small bait, they're going to absolutely destroy this thing. So, gizzard shad, of course, is available in both of those. Also, Flake Flake Kabuki Gill.
Nice.
Okay. Pink Dragon Gill. And Flake Flake Striped Gill. Okay.
Looks good.
So, yeah, it looks great in all of those. So, available now. 0.3, 0.5 LCs. Scoop those up. Okay, and while we're on the LCs, the LC 0.3 D5. Okay, so this is a little bit deeper diver version of the 0.3. Chartreuse shad and chrome is added to the lineup. Okay, so only a couple colors, but it's a cool little bait. This is designed to dive 5 feet. So again, designed as more of a pond or shore type bait, but certainly use it wherever you think you can use it, but really cool to see that come back. So those are available now from Lucky Craft.
Sick.
All right, CJ, I'm super excited for this one. So a few weeks back, we brought in a crankbait that was it's designed for trout, but it's become probably one of the best crossover cranks from trout to bass, okay? And that's the Deep Crapey. Now, this is the brand new version of that. This is the Deep Crapey LC Max SS. Now, the SS is standing for slow sink. The Max is really important here, okay? So, what Lucky Craft has done is they have taken this bait. If I open this bait up, it is going to come kind of rigged for trout. So it's going to come with the 2 single hooks on there, okay? This has a very wide lip to it. It's got a shallow, it's more of a flatter shaped body. So it's going to have a real wide action as it's going through the rocks and across everything. It's got a very low pitch knock.
Oh, yeah.
Hear it?
Yep.
And it's going to be a slow sink version. So you're going to be able to kind of sink it down to wherever you want and then grind the rocks. What's dope about the Max is that it has a casting system in it.
No way.
Okay, so this
really?
tiny little bait has a tungsten weight transfer that shifts all the way to the back and slides to the front. Feel how heavy it is, too.
That's cool that they added that in there.
Yeah, so when you feel it, I mean, it really flings.
I love the direction that these trout baits are going. How guys have experimented enough with bass lures and like, hey, trout love these things.
Yeah.
Start making them.
Well, it's cool to see it cross over.
You can really feel that in there.
Yeah, it's
like,
a distinct cast control. So, you know, this bait, just to spec it out for you guys, it's 37 millimeters, 5 grams. So you're at 3/16 of an ounce. But we were chucking it around with the Super Z the other day.
Yep.
It throws almost just like a Super Z.
No way,
which
really?
is a 1/4 ounce. But that weight transfer in there, you can see, here's a clear one, which is one of the colors, by the way. You can see how big that ball is inside of there. So it really takes up almost that whole space and then shifts to the back. It goes almost all the way, slides forward, and then just creates that little knock. Now, if you guys are bass fishing, you don't like these little single hooks, in 2 minutes, I was able to turn one into a treble hook version. Size 14, owner ST36. I could have probably got by with a 12 also, because the 14s aren't crossing. So maybe I would do a 12 here, but it looks good with the 14s.
Yeah.
But literally just fingernails, split rings, throw them on there, and I've got treble hooks, and I've got a small little crankbait with a weight transfer that's slow sink that I can effectively fish any depth I want to. Count me in.
Yeah.
Okay, so some super dope colors in here, all the colors that you would expect from Lucky Craft. But here's something else that's really cool about this, right?
Jesus,
is they have 6 colors. Okay, so I'm showing you some of like the standard colors, the sorbets, the rainbow trouts, the sherberts, the sakura misos, right? The yamames. 6 of the colors in this lineup are under what they would call like their yokai colors. Okay. Now, as I show these to you, you're gonna see there's these little stickers. See how there's these little stickers on these packages, CJ?
Cool, yeah.
Okay.
Like that.
So each one of these little stickers is called kind of like a monster sticker, right? But yokai is something that is more like a superstition in Japanese, and each one represents a different superstition. And these are kind of cool. So it's almost like a bait with a fortune.
You could
if that makes sense. This goes way back to like the Edo period, like, you know, way back. But it's cool to see them incorporated. So I'm going to just kind of run through these with you so you guys know. So this first one is Amabi. And what this superstition means is, let's not get COVID. Let's celebrate not having COVID. Yes.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
That is kind of crazy.
Okay, so that's number one.
I was thinking it was going to be some like deep philosophical. Like...
well, they get there. Okay. This is Tencho. So this is a historical one, meaning let's celebrate a long life, or hopefully you have a long life. Okay.
That's cool.
This one is Kappa. Okay, this is one that Ethan needs. This means let's not have a water accident.
Oh, it's so dirty.
Okay, so some of you probably need this also. All right, this one is Akeoni, which basically means let's have some rich business. Let's be successful. Okay.
Nice.
Let's make some money, CJ.
Buy these.
Okay. This dude, this is Hunagame. It basically means more luck is coming. Okay. So you're going to have some good luck. Okay. And then finally, this is Kirin. Does not mean beer, shockingly. It means let's have a peaceful world. Okay,
yeah, same thing.
Nice and sweet. Yes, same thing. I mean, you ever see beer drinkers getting mad at each other?
Never.
Not in here.
No, never in here.
So there you go. Some super cool offerings from Lucky Craft, and really fun that they're able to tie it in with some Japanese heritage and culture as well. So there you guys go. Those are available while supplies last. Scoop those up.
How long did you study abroad to learn all those superstitions?
So long.
I'm impressed.
Okay. All right, CJ, really quick. Each month we do a subscription bento box.
Yep.
After we've shipped everything out, we give everybody, you know, a week or so, make sure boxes are delivered. Whatever's left, we open up for individual sale. This is that week. There are very few left. Nobody's really falling off this subscription. So if this is something that speaks to you guys, you're going to want to scoop these up right away. This is the September bento box. Which we crammed full of all kinds of stuff. We dropped a video earlier this week. So there's soft baits in here, swim baits, line, more soft baits, hard baits. There's level minnows. But, you know, of course, the star of the show is always the 110 and Pop Max. So this is the special color GP Sparkle Viper. Oof. Okay, so this is the only chance of picking this one up. I'll flash it really quick. It is a super amazing, kind of like Morning Dawn pink sides. It's got kind of the red bottom and then that lava red top. It's a really dope color.
Yeah.
Okay, so when February comes, in March, when they're just smoking red, you're gonna want this color in your arsenal. Or right now, while there's dragonflies and stuff going, Pop Max. So
true. Yep.
If that speaks to you and you guys would like to pick one up, this is not a subscription, it's just individual box. You can just grab the box and go, but those are available while supplies last. All right, let's jump over to depths. So CJ, are you a crawler guy?
I mean, I think they're sick, but I just don't have the effort to throw them, you know?
So I feel like some guys are crawler guys and some guys aren't.
Yeah, you
right?
got to be that guy.
And I feel like when you're a crawler guy, like Griff's a huge crawler guy,
Mhm.
like you just go all in. It's kind of like swim baiting, where the bite and it just becomes this addiction, right?
Mhm.
But what I see across the store is the smaller crawlers, like a Jackal Pompadour.
Yep.
Almost everybody throws that.
Yep.
When you get to a bigger crawler, then it kind of becomes like it's either your lane or not your lane,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
So I was really excited when Depths announced that they were taking the NZ crawler, which is one of the best selling crawlers of all time, and creating a tiny version.
That looks good.
So
Looks
here
good.
is the official launch of the Depths NZ crawler tiny. Now this is 75 millimeters, half an ounce. So this is a size that everybody can throw.
Yeah.
Okay, and just to side by side, if you guys are familiar with Depths, the NZ crawler is this guy. Okay, this was their first one. It's a 3-ounce crawler, 134 millimeter, 3-ounce crawler. It's a big crawler. It's a super sick crawler.
Yep.
Okay, wide. It moves really flat and slow. They came out with a downsized version called the NZ Crawler Junior, which is a 96 millimeter 1-ounce. Okay, and I throw this one quite a bit.
Yeah.
This is a really cool one that I love throwing around ponds. So here is the tiny, so you guys can see the side by side by side. So it's substantially
That's
smaller than the Junior.
Yeah. You got
Okay.
all 3 levels now, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, so now we've just kind of expanded it out, okay? So just to open one up so you guys can see if you're not familiar with crawler. What's cool about this is this doesn't require a specialized rod, okay? So if you're already a crawler guy, this probably isn't that exciting actually. But if you're just like a normal topwater guy, maybe this is worth adding into the mix. Griff, I've been watching you mess with it in the tank. What are your initial thoughts on this guy?
I really like it. It's
Okay.
really subtle. So it's not what we're really used to in crawlers and stuff like that.
Okay.
Right? So the slow motion is my favorite way to use it. A crawler, even a big crawler. So that one, that's the only way you can use it. So it's sick.
Got it. So if you go too fast, is it spinning and rolling?
Yeah, propel.
Okay, so that's a pretty normal thing with crawlers.
Yeah.
So when you guys are throwing it, keep in mind that crawlers really are designed for like crawling.
Crawl.
Like they're designed to go slow and just kind of have this really slow movement. But this one is really squeaky
Yeah.
for the size. Like I could hear it in the tank when you're rolling it. Like I could hear that squeak. So combination, I guess, of the blades. You got that back kind of clacking and just the joints, like everything about it's pretty cool. There you go. All the hooks are on swivels, so you know, when you hook them, even though it's a kind of a big bait, you should, in theory, have a pretty good land ratio. So I think it's going to be a really cool bait for a lot of you guys. It's small. It's easy to throw, normal topwater rod. So I'll run through the colors. That was Swampster, by the way, which is also kind of a new. I don't think this is in any of the other ones.
All the questions.
So Swampster is pretty dope. That's cool to see.
Yeah, it's a cool color.
Jet Black, not new, but staple. Bone Crackle, staple. Tiger Cicada. So
That one looks pretty dope.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's like a clear, transparent. That's pretty dope. That one looks good too. Watermelon Cicada. So you can really
Yeah.
fine tune the cicada hatch. Sometimes they want that brown cicada. Sometimes they want the green one. CJ, you know this.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, Rain Frog. Okay, which has been in there before. Really cool. I think you guys will enjoy this. It might be a fun way to kind of get into the crawler game. So the Tiny NZ, those are available now from Depths.
Makes me want to like tie up a train of NZ crawlers from the biggest to
A-rig?
smallest. Yeah, yeah, A-rig NZ.
Oh, like a family.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's
Like,
like
a
a little,
mama crawler and then,
Yeah.
like ducks.
like a little duckling family crawling across.
Fucking dark sleeper rod.
That'd be sick.
Yeah.
That'd be a perfect rod for it.
That's the kind
Dark
of-
sleeper rod. Yep.
Hmm.
All right, staying small. Depths also releases this week a new size of the Wakasagi bait. This is the Wakasagi 55F. Okay, so this is more of like a true, I'd say, bait finesse size. So 55 millimeters, 2.6 grams. The Wakasagi bait is designed as just a super subtle bait fish bait. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, Wakasagi is bait and bait is bait. So it's kind of the Depths bait bait.
That's some mad science right there.
Yeah, that's right.
I love how when you pull out the crawler, Griff just Griff just appears.
Yeah,
and you
he
pull out
just
the
appears out
Waxahachie
of
bait.
nowhere. I pull out this and he goes away.
He's gone.
So this is going to be a cool little topwater bait. It's designed as cast and just retrieve. And when you retrieve, it basically just skims the surface of the water and doesn't do anything. But what the depths bait does that a lot of other kind of eye motion baits don't do is it will actually dart and move and walk if you want it to. So if you want it to have more action, just imparting a little twitches will allow the bait to kind of have a darting, walking motion. If you don't want it to have that action, then just straight retrieve and it's just going to kind of skim along. But you can see very small profile, nice and light. So it might have a good use for a lot of you guys, but there you go. There's the new size, the downsized Wakasagi bait 55F from Depths.
Sick.
Is it CJ? Is it sick?
It's bait.
It's bait.
Yeah, it's bait.
Yeah.
What the kids are saying these days.
Yeah, it's bait.
I was laughing the other day when we were at that taco place. What was it? She asked me something like, "Do you want extra whatever?" And I like looked at you. And you're like,
Yeah, it was so awkward. I'm like,
Like
if only
that.
my kids looked before they ordered shit. We went somewhere the other day. Not the other day, but maybe like 6-8 weeks ago. And Carson was craving Italian, so we went to this Italian place. You know how every Italian place always has like fillets for like $80,
Yeah.
right?
For whatever
Like something
reason.
stupid, but you never order because you go there for noodles.
Yep.
So we went in there for noodles. Carson orders, Kelly orders like spaghetti, lasagna, right? Colton goes, "Yeah, I'll have the fillet special." I'm like, "What?"
Will you?
I scroll over there, it's like $87, right? I'm like, "Colton, you're gonna order an $87 steak?" He goes, "What, am I not allowed to have steak now? What am I allowed to have?" Like, throws this fucking
Wow.
thing, making me feel like,
All dramatic.
yeah,
You're
making
like-
me feel like a dickhead,
Oh, man.
right? I'm like, bro, if you want an $87 steak, order an $87 steak, but just understand that that's $87 fucking dollars. So don't ask me for anything else.
Yeah.
Right? Like when you want a fucking t-shirt or you want something, like remember that you spent $87 on dinner instead of $15 like everybody else. He's like, "Yeah, I'll have that steak.
Yeah.
Medium rare." And then they're like, "Okay, what would your vegetable of the day be?" He's like, I don't need any vegetable of the
Steak.
day. I'm like, but it was fucking funny the way he said it and looked at me like, "What, am I not allowed to have fucking steak?"
What a legend.
All right, while we're on depth, a couple of quick restocks. Buster K's are back. This is my #1 favorite frog. I love a lot of frogs, a lot of great frogs on the market, but this is my favorite. I love the Buster K because it walks easy. If you are into popping frogs, which I'm not really into that much, but it does pop, but it walks amazingly well. And it's the only frog that I know of that comes with an internal weight transfer system. So even though it's small, there's a weight transfer in there, so it throws like a big frog. It's super sick. So all colors return from them in the Buster K. Also, probably one of the hottest soft plastics of the season, the Bull Flat from
Yep.
Depths, is also back in all the key colors and sizes. So colors like green pumpkin, bluegill, warm green flake, so on and so forth. 3-inch, 3/8, 4/8, all return from Depths this week. So it's an amazing free rig bait. It's an amazing bait to fish on its own, Texas rig. You can do a lot of things with this bait. Those return. Ima. We don't talk about Ima.
No,
very
we
often,
should though.
Okay. Has expanded their color line and one of the coolest little buzz baits. So we see some new colors come in the Ima Little Voice. Now the Little Voice is a compact, it's only an 85mm long, 1/4 ounce buzz bait. This is a super sick one when they're eating small little damselflies, dragonflies, tiny bait. They don't always respond to a full-size 1/2 ounce buzz bait.
Yep.
Sometimes you have to downsize and create a really small little profile. It comes with a clacker. It comes with the head design is built in a way to where even though it's light, it keels every time, so it's not going to really roll up on the side.
Nice.
The clacker is also easy to cut off if you don't want the clacker, which I like about this. It's made out of like a soft kind of copperish brass, so it has that great sound. If you like the sound, it's easy to cut off. If you don't like the sound, then you have a really quiet little 1/4 ounce bait. But some new colors in this, I'm just going to show them to you, and there's some great like dragonfly type colors in here.
Yeah,
Like,
I
there's
see
some
that.
pinks, some blues, some crazies. So those are all available from Ima.
Perfect timing.
Yeah. And then to wrap up Ima, CJ, maybe in your lane a little bit, a new trout offering. This is the Ima Twig.
That looks pretty good. I like
Okay.
the size.
So it's the Twig 60. It's going to be a longer bait than like the Ison, which I know you like and the guys like through all the time.
Yep.
Let me see if I can spec it out here if it has specs. So it's 60 millimeters, 6.5 grams, so it's a 1/4 ounce. It's going to be a sinking bait, designed to just kind of swim like any of the other like great hunting style baits. So it's more of a cast and wind, but of course you can always pop it to give your rod tips a jerk up.
Yeah.
It'll kind of just have a flutter to it. Otherwise it's going to have just a solid crank to it. But some really cool colors for a lot of you guys that are into this and into like bait finesse, stream fishing, river fishing. This would be a cool one to add. So that's the Ima Twig 60 from Ima Japan. All right, CJ, your first time seeing this in person, because we kind of flew out of them the last time.
Yeah.
So we released these a few weeks ago. This is from Swimbait Republic. It's a European brand. The Glideway 176 returns in most of the colors. Okay, so not all the colors, but most of the good key colors are back in this guy. This is just a cool, it's a newer glide.
Yeah.
Right? So it's something that we're all going to kind of have to try. What's dope is that it has a interchangeable tail system. There's spare tails you can get, so you can change the colors. It has an integrated kind of sticky weight system, so it shows you exactly where to put the weights. You can get the weights, you can make it slow sink, you can make it float. You can do a lot of different things with it. It's got a great glide, really good construction. So if you guys missed out on the last round, or any colors that you missed out on, the Glideway 176 is back from Swimbait Republic. Yamamoto, 2 new baits from Yamamoto. We showed you guys these at iCast. They have finally arrived. Let's start with you live scopers. Okay, I know a lot of you guys have been excited for this one. You probably can't even see it in the package, but I'll just hold some packages up. This is the Yamamoto Scope Shad.
The Scope Shad.
The Scope Shad.
They're really going right after it these days.
Going for it. Why not? Let's just call it what it is, right?
Yeah.
Let me actually open one up so you guys can see it.
The Live
Okay.
Scope Lure.
So this is a trend that you guys have obviously been seeing. There is the Scope Shad. So you can see it's kind of a flat back, just kind of a little fin tail deal, designed to go on a ball head and designed to be, you know, a mid-strolling or something that you throw down to a fish. Up, there's one down there in 14 feet, 40 feet up that way, throw it out, get the bait down to it, and then it's gonna basically just have not a lot of motion to it, but its wide body is designed so that it detects on the live scope easy. And it's just a little finessey, subtle little dude. So for a lot of you guys, it's gonna be perfect. It's gonna fit right into your arsenal and give you another option that you can use. Other than fishing it like that, you could certainly drop shot it. You could put it on a Ned head. I mean, you can play with it and do different things if you wanted to, but really it's designed as a live scope bait. Okay, so there you go. Well, I think it's going to be, I mean, it's obviously a trend. We're seeing it more and more, but calling things out as scope bait. So a ton of colors in this, and there's some new colors too that you guys might not be used to. I mean, they're just falling off. There's so many colors. So, you know, from green pumpkins to watermelons to, you know, shad colors, there's a bunch in there. So that's the new Scope Shad from Yamamoto. All right, for you non-scopers, how about a fat Senko?
Even better. A fatter Senko?
A fat Senko. Okay, so this is the Yamamoto
Oh my gosh.
5-inch fat Senko. Now the fat Senko has been available in smaller size, like the 3-inch fat, which a lot of guys have used as like a Ned bait. So they're just expanding it out. So now there's a 5-inch fat. So, you know, dude, sometimes you want the skinny little guy and sometimes you want the fat one, right?
Makes you wonder where they're going to go after that, you know?
Extra fat.
The extra slim Senko?
Extra, yeah, right. Like, I mean, there's a slim Senko, there's a Senko, there's a fat Senko. Who knows? So you know what we need? We need an Orion belly Senko.
The chub
Hey,
Senko.
I get my commission.
Yeah, there you go. You heard it here.
So there you go. There's some new colors in these two. So play around. There's a gazillion colors. When would you throw a fat Senko over regular Senkos?
Tuesdays?
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, so there you go. Good answer. There's a very scientific answer.
Yeah.
Really, it's just going to have a slightly different fall. It's going to be a little tighter fall because it's fatter. But this would also be a good one if you guys are rigging it like weightless, or Texas rigging it, or, you know, because I know a lot of guys will Texas rig a Senko with a light little weight. This will just give you a little bit more body than a traditional Senko. So you could bury that hook a little bit more. It might be a good one to try for that.
Deeper water, maybe?
Yeah.
I guess that's where I would throw it to answer your question.
Yeah.
Deeper water.
Deeper water. There you go. Yeah, when you need deeper penetration of your Senko, go with the fat version. So again, tons of colors. Okay, so you can knock yourself out. All the traditional ones plus new ones. So there you go. The Fat Senko Scope Chat Yamamoto, available now. Let's jump over to Zappu. Now, most people know Zappu from like the Inchi Wacky.
Yep.
Okay, probably the most popular Wacky.
Mm-hmm.
They have a brand new Wacky. This is the 0 Inchi Wacky.
Whoa, that
Okay,
thing's
so you can
crazy looking.
see how much smaller it is, how much more compressed it is. It's going to be a much more finesse version of that Wacky rig. So sometimes the Inchi Wacky, this is a great one for something like a Jackal Flick Shake. Senko, that we just talked about, right?
Yep.
It's a killer Wacky head for that. But a lot of the worms are shrinking and turning very thin. So like that slim crawler style is
Yep.
becoming very popular.
Yep.
We're seeing a lot of crawlers shrink down into like 3.5 and 4-inch crawlers. And this is just too big of a giant Wacky thing to put on it. That's where the 0 Inchi Wacky can come into play. Okay, so this might have a lot of game for you guys. It is a tungsten weight also instead of a lead weight, so they're able to really keep the size down. There's 4 sizes: 0.9 gram, a 1.8 gram, a 1.3 gram, and a 0.6 gram.
Wow.
Okay, so these are small, they're light, they do have a weed guard on them, but if you like throwing little finessey plastics, kind of close range, and create that little shimmy fall, could be a really cool one for you.
Yeah, that's cool.
Zappu also restocked all the key things that you guys use, so, you know, all the free rig type stuff. So the pin free shots are back. What else in here?
Nice.
Oh, Griff's favorite, the Sasateki weights are back.
Techies, nice.
So this is a cool one for like punching and flipping. The weight actually goes on the underside of the bait, and then the hook kind of goes through. It's kind of
Yep.
a cool way to just penetrate cover. So all those return from Zappu. All right, really fast, huge restock in Ryugi this week. I know a lot of you guys have been waiting on specific hooks. So I'm just gonna fly through this. Pretty much everything is back. Quads return, Pierce Troubles return, Pierce Brutals return, Adjust Nails return. This is that nail
Yep.
weight that you can kind of tear off into different pieces and make your own size. So for you hover shotting guys, these are back in all sizes. Also all the, you know, free rig weights, the heavy deltas, the drop shot deltas. There's tungsten football heads in. I mean, I've just got piles and piles of stuff in here. So all the weights return. I saw the Beats over there. I know a lot of you guys have started to get on that Beats weight for Carolina rigging. That's really become a popular one of late. So those are back. Tantum Control flipping hooks, which has become one of my favorite flipping
Yeah,
hooks,
those
are
are cool.
back in all sizes. So those are back. Hover shot hooks. Okay, I know you guys have been looking for these. All sizes are back. So size 1, size 2, size 3 are back in the hover shots. Fog shots, which has become our go-to nose hook drop shot hook. Those return in all sizes. Swim bait hooks are back. Hover shot weedless, back.
Damn.
Okay, Infini's back. I mean, literally, like, everything is back. So if you're a fan of Ryugi and you've been looking for any of this stuff, check it out. Pretty much everything's back in stock from them.
You talking about that made me out of breath. Holy shit.
You okay?
Oh, good.
It's a hover shot, huh?
Yeah, it was. It really caught me there.
Ryugi storage, also back. Okay, so the single hook stalker, these are back in both white and black. This is a cool way of storing hooks if you like to be organized. See if I can actually open one.
Storage for the storage.
Storage for the storage. What's cool about this, pretty much all of us use this. It's just a Velcro kind of Ziploc pouch, but you can drop your hooks in these individual pouches. I keep them in the original packs, which is nice because then you can flip through and see exactly what you have. It's got plenty of storage. Like, I keep a couple on me, so if you're shore fishing or whatever, it's basically just a wallet. So you can fit it in your pocket. You can put weights in there too. It's just a cool way of storing things. So those are back. All of the Ryugi R tanks are back. So all colors and sizes, so medium, large, extra large, and the free version. If this is something that's new to you guys, I can't imagine it is because we talk about it all the time.
Right.
This is literally, you can use this shore or boat, of course. But if you're shore fishing, like, you almost have to have this box. Okay, because it's basically bulletproof. Like, you can take this thing, throw it on the ground, it's not gonna break, it's not gonna crack, it's fully waterproof. If it falls out of your pack and starts floating down the river, it floats.
It's so funny you say that because I watched Andrew fall 15 feet into the creek with one of those on his hands. And
Right.
he fell down into the creek, and I saw that thing floating down into a waterfall.
Right, so even if it's full of tackle, it floats and it stays dry, which
Yep.
is dope, right? So you never have to worry about something falling in, all your shit going everywhere. When you open it up, it all has individual compartments. Okay, so you actually pop the latches that you want to use. And each one of these compartments, by the way, has removable inserts. So, you know, designed really for hooks and weights. We all use them for storing our bait finesse baits too.
Yeah.
So you can, if you pull some of these out, you can store a couple crankbaits, you know, a couple great hunting baits, some jerk baits, all that kind of stuff. But then again, if you don't have to worry about it dropping, right? So it's a really cool way of doing it. So there you go, 3 different sizes in that. The free version is just one big open compartment, so you can put some bulkier things in there, some glide baits, tools, whatever, and those are in a couple different sizes too. So those all return from Ryugi. All right, while we're on bags and storage, okay, a super dope bag from Raid. Now this is actually called the RJ Strage bag, but look, we understand that some things can be lost in translation. We're gonna call it the RJ Storage bag. Okay, deal?
Just a couple letters gone, that's
Yeah,
all.
it's good. This is a super sick bag that's only $100, okay? For a bag like this, it's got, you know, pulls here. You can open it up, you can attach if you wanna throw it over your shoulder.
Yeah.
It's got tons of pockets, right? It's got this really cool mesh pocket up top right here. But what's super sick about this bag is the whole thing is padded.
Nice.
So the entire bag is padded. Feel it, CJ.
Check that out. Oh,
Like
yeah.
a camera bag.
Yeah, it
right?
really is. Like, you could definitely throw camera gear in there.
And then internally, it's all lined with a waterproof liner. So the idea behind this is if you put it down and it's wet, it's going to stop any of the water from coming into your gear. If you put it down and there's rocks or rugged things, it's not going to poke any of your boxes or your gear or anything like that. And you can store a ton of stuff in
Yeah.
here. So it's an incredibly well-made bag. It also has this big compartment here, and again, this is going to be
Jeez.
a waterproof liner. There's all kinds of internal compartments in here from mesh compartments, so you can really keep yourself organized for the stuff that you use often, and then have your bigger boxes or whatever you want to store in here. Okay, so the RJ storage bag from Raid, that is available. I know it seems weird. It's hot as hell,
Still fucking hot.
but winter clothes are coming. Okay, and some of you guys are already starting to cool off and starting to think about the conditions. Some new beanies from Simms. These are the Gore-Tex Windstopper beanie. So just like in the gloves that we had a couple weeks back, it's great to see Simms and in Gore using that true windstopper tech again. This is going to be a full windstopper beanie, but not in like a, I hate to say dumb fleece, but not in like a fleece windstopper. It actually looks cool, right? So
Yeah.
which is pretty unusual for like a windstopper beanie. It doesn't look like you're in a fishing beanie. Okay, so they're gonna be in 2 different colors. You can fold them down if you want longer.
Nice.
You can fold them up if you want shorter. But then you get that true windstopper protection on your head, so it's not gonna allow any of that wind in. You can stay warm, okay?
Yeah, those are sick.
Yeah, super dope. If you live somewhere like we do, and you're still suffering with heat, I got a couple of new shirts. So I got a new Bug Stopper Solar Flex. Okay, so this is a great one for the heat in a new design. So it has that Stockton swim bait bass on the back and a hookup logo on the front. So we're doing dual tags now, which is pretty dope. So you got that one in that kind of cool camo. Then we've got SolarFlex Guide Cooling Hoodie. This is their highest end one that so many of you love. It's made out of that material that really cools your skin. It comes with a buff. It's got that big, huge pocket in the back. Again, we got that Stockton hit on the back, the swim bait.
He kills it with those.
He does. And then the hookup logo on the front. So just a slight different hit on there than what we've done in the past, but really cool. A lot of you guys just suffer like we do all year in sun shirt. I mean, we basically live in it. So there you go. A couple new offerings from Simms.
And in wintertime, we're wearing a UV shirt and a beanie.
Exactly. All right, and then let's wrap it with yet another Tatula from Daiwa. The official release of the Daiwa Tatula T-Wing 100 is here. Now, this is only for you righties, lefties, I got nothing for you.
You need to reel left.
You know that
anyway?
this is a trend with some of these brands. The lefties should be here any day, hopefully. Okay, we laugh about this all the time, that there are way too many freaking tools.
There's so many.
Right,
dude.
there's so many. I know this gets so complicated, and here we are adding yet another version in there. This is basically the complete revamp Tatula of the Tatula 100. Now, the previous version of the Tatula 100 sucked.
Yeah. It
Okay,
needs
there's
some help.
no other way to put it.
Yeah.
We carried them, and half of them broke. Like the first week everybody had them, I discontinued it right away. It was a piece of garbage.
Yep.
Okay, so
Yep.
it needed to be redone. This is the first Tatula that's basically incorporating all the new hyperdrive tech. So they put everything into this reel. So it's going to price at $179. Okay, so it's going to price a little bit below that SVT wing. It's a full matte black.
Looks good, actually.
Okay, so you're getting all like a bunch of really cool features. You're getting a bigger handle. It's super smooth. I don't know, here, feel it. It's going to be available in 6 gear ratios, by the way.
You know, that little groove on the top feels pretty good, actually.
It
Right
does.
here?
It's comfortable.
Yeah.
So a 6-3-1, a 7-1-1. It should be an 8-1-1, and an 8-1-1. Yeah. So 3 different gear ratios available in there. It might be a fun one to play with. When would you buy this one over, say, the SVT wing? These are great questions that you're going to have to answer for yourself. This one does not have the SV spool. Okay, so really this one is aimed more, I would say, at Tatula Elite than Tatula SVT wing. Okay, so if you're still looking for the ultimate Tatula to help you in cast control, I would stay in the SVT wing. But if you're looking for a reel that maybe you don't need so much cast control, you need that little deeper spool to hold more line, maybe chucking and winding heavier things, now you're gonna have to compare Tatula Elite to this and decide, do you want the hyperdrive gearing or do you want that aluminum frame? Like, now you're gonna have to kind of, you know, judge some things, but I can't hate them on the initial feel. The initial feel is amazing. The initial look is amazing. I think it's gonna be a winner.
Yeah.
So everything so far with the hyperdrive system has been great. So I think you guys will really dig it. So there you go. If you've been waiting or you're curious, the new Tatula 100 T-Wing from Daiwa, those are available now. All right, guys, and that is a wrap. That was actually a lot.
Yeah, we actually had a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, that was a really cool drop. Pretty diverse drop, a lot of bait finesse. Really cool to see some of the new offerings from Lucky Craft.
Yep.
Depths. Like, it's cool to see just some forward thinking. That it's not always going bigger. Sometimes going smaller is, I don't know, more diverse. There's more of us who can get involved.
Yeah, it's cool seeing all these smaller baits come to fruition. Thank you to Lucky Craft too. I'm excited to see who wins.
Yeah, so again, if you missed the beginning, we are going to give away 3 boxes on behalf of Lucky Craft of custom colors from the lineup. So again, just share this video with a friend, drop a comment down below on your favorite Lucky Craft item, and you will be entered. Do not fall for any scams saying that you won in the comments, okay? Every time we do a giveaway, there's always scams.
Yep.
We will announce the winner on next week's video, okay? So, on behalf of myself and CJ, guys, thank you for giving us time on your Sundays. Thank you for watching these videos. Thank you for your business. Thank you for your support. Hope you're having a wonderful weekend. Go hug your family. Go catch a big fish. If you can find them, drink a delicious Orion. And we will see you guys next Sunday. Have a great week, guys. First week of October, CJ. Isn't that crazy?
It's getting colder.
Here we are. It's almost fall. All right. Peace, my friends. Have a great week. See ya.
See ya.